What is love? And how do you know if what you're feeling towards someone is love or if it's something else? These are some of the questions that we will be answering in this video. Love is one of those words that has lost its real meaning over time. Today, the word love is being thrown around and used for anything that you feel deep affection for and that you really like. This has caused a lot of confusion and has left the word love subject to own interpretation. So learning to understand and identify what real love is will definitely help you have better relationships in your life. To help us bring clarity to what love really is, let's look at the 4 stages of how people feel they fall in love. Stage 1, it starts with attraction. You get attracted to someone because of a certain trait that they have or because of how they make you feel. The attraction could be physical, intellectual, emotional, sexual, or spiritual. When an attraction is physical, it means you get attracted to them because of the way they look. An attraction could also be intellectual. You get attracted to a person because of their wit, their intelligence, their humor, or because you feel that you have the same wavelength, mindset, or interests. Attraction could also be spiritual. You're attracted to a person because they exhibit attributes that fit a certain spiritual profile that you have in your mind and in your heart. Attractions can also be sexual in nature when you get attracted to a person because of your sexual pleasures or desires. And of course, attraction could be emotional. When you feel that warmth inside you when you're with this person, you're attracted to their sweetness, their thoughtfulness, and their care. Stage 2, flirting. Flirting is putting an action to the attraction. There are 2 ways that you can do this: actual flirting or imaginary flirting. Actual flirting is when you're flirting with someone in real life. You're trying to be close to them, sending them messages, and you're doing what you can to get their attention. Ultimately, you're trying to get physically or emotionally close to this person, and you're also fishing for responses or reactions from him or from her. But flirting can also be imaginary, meaning it can all be fantasy and just in your mind. It's still flirting because it has the exact same effect as the actual flirting. It reinforces the attraction. When the attraction gets reinforced enough, you move to stage 3, emotional attachment. At this stage, you're now always thinking about this other person and you treat them differently from other people. You always want to be in communication with them and you make ways to always be with them. This is a crucial stage to understand because this is the stage where most people, they think they have fallen in love. They decide to go all in no matter what the cost. Emotional attachment is what majority of the people around us is actually feeling when they say that they are in love. But I want you to understand today that emotional attachment is not love. Emotional attachment is just emotional attachment. Now, if the emotional attachment is mutual, they move on to stage 4 and now they get into a relationship. Did you know that you can actually go through all these stages without loving the person? You can get attracted to a person, start flirting with them, get emotionally attached to them, and end up in a relationship with them without loving that person. You see, there's nothing special about these 4 stages. This is the exact process you go through when you buy a new cell phone. Attraction stage, you saw the phone and its features and you get attracted to it. Flirting stage, you go to the store to hold the phone in your hands and interact with it. You're checking how the phone responds to you, and the more you do this, the more the attraction gets reinforced. Then you move to stage 3, emotional attachment stage. You decide to go all in. It doesn't matter if you have the budget or not, your heart and your mind now wants the phone. Then comes stage 4, the relationship stage. You decide to buy the phone. Now, will it be a good relationship or not? It all depends if the phone lives up to your expectation. As you see, this is the same process we go through with romantic relationships. Attraction, flirting, emotional attachment, and then relationship. What's dangerous here is that most people mistake emotional attachment with love. Emotional attachment can come and go, and it usually fades over time. The same person you were once so emotionally attached to and longed to be with is now the person you want to escape from and despise. Some people call this falling out of love. But I'm challenging that thought right now, and I'm asking if there was really love there in the first place, or was it all just emotional attachment? Before we continue, if you're new to this channel and you like videos related to topics on behavior, relationships, and spirituality, please click that subscribe button, give this video a like, and hit that bell icon so you'll be notified when a new video is uploaded. Let's go back to our topic. To really understand what love is, I have to look at the only trustworthy source that stands the test of time, the Bible. In the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 13 verse 4 to 8, it gives a description of what love is. And the purpose of this description of love is for us to be able to identify it in our lives and also in our relationships. So here's what it says. Love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it does not dishonor others, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, and always perseveres. Love never fails. This is what pure and true love is. This description makes it easier for us to know if we have love towards another person or we're just emotionally attached to them. You can ask yourself, am I patient with this person? Am I kind to them? Do I protect them? Do I trust them? Am I proud and boastful to them? Am I doing things that will harm them or dishonor them? And you can just go on with that whole list given to us in these verses. And in that way, you can know if you really love this person. This list is also the basis for you to know if another person really loves you or if there is love in a certain relationship. Being able to identify and differentiate love and emotional attachment can really help you assess the real condition of your relationships. To clarify this difference even further, let's take one of these descriptions of love and apply it to a real life scenario. Let's use love always protects as an example. Let's say a married man who is no longer emotionally attached to his wife finds himself getting attracted to an office mate. If he's not careful and doesn't correct that attraction, he might move on to stage 2 and start flirting with that woman and then eventually become emotionally attached to her. And of course, if that doesn't stop there, they will go on to have a wrong relationship or they might commit adultery. Some people in this situation might justify their wrong relationship as just being in love. And if it's love, then it couldn't be wrong. But as we learn today, what they felt for each other is not love, but just emotional attachment. If there was real love in that scenario, then it would have went down differently. Love always protects, remember? So if the married man in our story truly loved his wife and also loved his office mate, he would have corrected his attraction right away and not let it move on to the other stages. Because if he did, then he wouldn't be protecting his wife and also he wouldn't be protecting his office mate who he finds attractive. He would be dishonoring and shaming both of them. Pursuing that wrong attraction, knowing that it might bring shame and dishonor to that person and also to your family or spouse, is not love. It's called selfishness. These are lessons that I've learned the hard way, and I'm telling you, if you're in that situation, it's not worth it. People say that love is the reason that they get into a relationship. But sometimes, true love is the reason that you don't even pursue the relationship in the first place. True love is not self-seeking and it always protects. And the first person that you need to protect people you love from is yourself. Now, if you're not yet married and you're in one of these stages, attraction stage, flirting stage, emotional attachment, or in a relationship, I want you to take a moment and think of the biblical definition of true love and ask yourself, am I really in love with this person or am I just emotionally attached? And you have to be very honest with yourself in this. I know a lot of people who stay in really toxic relationships because they think that they are in love. They're in a relationship where there is no trust, no patience, no protection, no humility, and they still think that they're in love. The bitter truth is that you're probably just emotionally attached to that person. If you're not yet married and you realize that there is no love in your relationship, you have two options. Start the cycle of true love in that relationship and hope that the other person reciprocates it, or just end that relationship. Of course, it's best to ask God for wisdom on what to do if you're in this situation. Now, before we end, here's a simple breakdown of what we've read about love earlier. Love is two things. It is patient and it's kind. Here are three things that love is not. It is not proud, it is not self-seeking, and it is not easily angered. Here are four things that love does not do. It does not boast, it does not envy, it does not keep record of wrongs, and it does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. And here are five things that love always does. It always protects, it always trusts, it always hopes, and it always perseveres. And of course, love never fails. Which of these things mentioned here do you struggle to show in your relationships? Or which of them are missing in your relationships? Why don't you share to us your answers in the comments below? The lesson that we've talked about today is something that I've learned the hard way, and I hope it brings value to you and to your relationships. Thank you so much for watching this all the way to the end. See you on the next video. God bless you.